Hello, my health freedom loving friends. Misty Carlfeld here with Health Freedom Idaho. I need to talk to you a little bit about Senate Bill 1182, and I'm going to try to keep my temper because it's been a rough, frustrating day. Let me tell you about the bill, and then I'll tell you what happened. Senate Bill 1182. I want you to understand that this redefines the definition of neglect. So when you hear in the media that this is all about faith healing, that is not in fact what it's about. It's really not about saving children. This is really about redefining the term neglect in the child abuse, neglect, and abuse statute. Okay, so let me tell you the verbiage they're adding in. This is a definition of neglect: whose parents, guardian, or other custodian neglect or refuse to provide for the child. Provide what for the child? That's totally open-ended. Let's talk about the fact that they're crossing out the word his child and changing it to the child. Who has ownership of the child? Here's another thing that they're changing. I want you to hear what they're adding in for the term neglect, okay? It's kind of wordy here. Let's see. I think of where to start. Okay, so or support such child in their choice to pursue treatment by prayer through spiritual means alone or in part in lieu of medical treatment. So now you're saying that medical treatment is the gold standard and gets to have the say over any other treatment that you decide on for you and your family. I'm not okay with that being written in there as in lieu of medical treatment, as if that's the gold standard and the one that should reign supreme over all other modalities. Then they're adding in, so medical treatment, such child shall not be deemed to be neglected unless the failure to receive medical treatment is likely to result in serious permanent injury or death. And in determining whether such child has been neglected, the court shall consider the wishes of the child. Let's think about this. At what age are we talking about that they should consider the wishes of the child? Would a 4-year-old be able to determine whether they should do chemotherapy or holistic methods? Who is determining that? I asked that to Senator Johnson, and it's the family court judge. So they're saying that Child Protective Services and a family court judge is going to know better about what your child desires than you. Okay, so let's continue on here. Now, they're also taking out the word legal. When they say legal custodian, they're crossing that out and putting other custodian. So a parent, guardian, or lined out legal, adding an other custodian. That's who is held responsible to this new neglect law. Okay, so there's so much to this. I can't go through it all right now, but I do also want to just let you know that the prosecuting attorney, Ada County, her name is Jean Fisher. She says, because this was her testimony, because if we do an investigation and ultimately conclude that they legitimately, honestly believe that vitamins are going to cure this versus chemotherapy, it's a very difficult case to prosecute. But it's a perfect case for Child Protection Services to get involved. This is Jean Fisher, the prosecuting attorney, saying that if they believe they can heal their children with vitamins, Child Protection Services needs to get involved. That's what Senate Bill 1182 is really about. Okay, so what happened today? We got totally shut out. We had so many parents there wanting to talk about their parental rights, so many parents wanting to be heard, and they shut it down. There was very little testimony. And then, so just myself and Sarah Brady with Health Freedom Idaho or anybody regarding parental rights was able to be heard. And then the whole committee pontificated for over 30 minutes. So instead of hearing from at least 10 more citizens, they decided to get up to sit up there and tell us what they think about this bill, rather than letting us educate them and say, this is how I want you to vote because you represent me. So that's not what happened. Or we didn't get to be heard. That didn't happen. So here's what's happening next. Everybody wants to know what to do. It's going to go to the Senate floor next. I'm hearing Wednesday. I don't know for sure. We'll definitely update you on this page as to when that is so that you can be listening. But what we need to do, because on the Senate floor, the senators will argue for you. Give them arguing points. Tell them what's on your mind, what's on your heart, and how you're interpreting this statute. Email them, call them, use the Testify app. That's a really great app. It's TESTFI, I believe, Testify. It's the Idaho Freedom Foundation. It's their app. Download that app and you can communicate quickly to your legislators. You'll see how easy it is when you get on there. But most importantly, I mean, use every method to get a hold of them for sure, but call. Have in front of you what you want to say. Leave a message. It's really not hard. We're going to post a link so that you can call all the senators. When you call your senator, let them know that you're in their district because they answer to you. Give them the tools to argue for you on the floor when they do that on the Senate floor, okay? So email and Testify app for sure, but call and leave messages. Let them leave a message about your point and then also make it so that they can call you back if they need more information. So just have it in front of you, make the phone call, talk to them like you would talk to anybody else. It doesn't have to be intimidating. In fact, remember that they represent you, and you can remind them gently of that. I'm in your district. I voted you in. This is how I want you to represent me tomorrow. Okay, so we'll post a link there. I think that is about all I want to say. I guess I'll leave you with this. I know if this gets passed on the Senate floor, then we're going to be going to the House committee. Every parent will need to be there. I know you need to work. I know you need to provide for your family. But what does that really look like if Child Protective Services can come in and take our children if we don't? How does it, let me see how this is worded again. Provide, what does it say here? Yeah, if we neglect or refuse to provide for the child. You know, our jobs and our income are not going to mean that much if they can come and take our children whenever they feel that we're neglecting our child by that standard. So be there. We'll keep you posted on this page. We'll keep you posted on our website. Don't give up. Don't back down. Don't think it's too late. Don't think you can't do anything about it. Do everything you can about it. Everything you can. Every single thing you can. Email, Testify app, phone call, leave messages, show up at the Capitol and try to see your senators. Do everything you can. Okay, more later.